From the top of northern Manhattan in New York City, welcome to Inwood Artworks On Air. It's where we shine a light on the writers, theater makers, filmmakers, and artists of all stripes make their home what we affectionately call upstate Manhattan. I'm your host, Aaron Sims, and this is our 2024 Live and Local Seasonal Sampler, Volume 1. It's where we take a pause at this midway point in our season, look back in the first part of 2024, and choose to highlight special musical performances from each of our live and local episodes that have appeared throughout our season. It spans the entire calendar year, so guess what? There's going to be a Volume 2 in December, so look out for that. As we stated in previous years, and I firmly believe this is a sampler of the season. It's not a greatest hits. It's more of a critic's pick, a curated mixtape of clashing styles and diverse forms with one thing in common. They all hail from our musical masterpiece of a neighborhood of northern Manhattan here. It's safe to say we believe these musicians deserve your attention, and as always, we'll strive to offer you an eclectic mix of local artistry through the great collective representation of the sounds of our multicultural community. We hope you like what you hear, and it'll prompt you to check out these artists who have full episodes in our season. So go back in the season, you can check them out, and definitely check them out playing live. So please expand your knowledge, and it's awesome. And you're only going to find this amazing mix here on Inwood Artworks On Air. It's the only podcast dedicated to putting the spotlight of the artists in northern Manhattan, and particularly those who make their homes here in Inwood and Washington Heights and Northwest Bronx too. So let's talk about who we're having this year. So we're going to introduce you to our first half. You're going to hear a nice sampler from the Inwood Chamber Players from the Dancing for the Centuries concert, Cat Modiano, Lars, Woodul, and David Wolfson, Big Tent. You're going to hear the Inwood Chamber Players for a second time in a different configuration from the European Masters concert. And without further ado, enjoy Volume 1 of our 2024 seasonal sampler.
Ce château neuf, ce nouvel édifice, tout enrichi de marbre et de porphyre, qu'amour bâtit château de son empire, où tout le ciel a mis son artifice. Un fort contre le vice, où la vertu maîtresse se retire, regardez que l'esprit admire, forçant les cœurs à lui faire service. C'est un château fait de telle sorte que nul ne peut approcher de la porte. Si des grands rois il n'a sauvé sa race, victorieux, vaillant et amoureux, nul chevalier tant soit aventureux sans être tel ne peut gagner la place.
Kiss ass is the part of peace. America will have to kiss ass Mother Earth. Whites will have to kiss ass dark-skinned immigrants for peace and pleasure. Only pathway to peace, kiss ass! world is a beautiful place to be born into. If you don't mind happiness not always being so very much fun. If you don't mind a touch of hell now and then, just when everything is fine. Because even in heaven, they don't sing all the time. The world is a beautiful place to be born into. If you don't mind some people dying all the time, or maybe only starving some of the time, which isn't half so bad if it isn't you. Oh, the world is a beautiful place to be born into. If you don't much mind a few dead minds in the higher places, or a bomb or two now and then in your upturned faces, or such other improprieties as our name brand society is prey to. With its men of distinction, and its men of extinction, and its priests and other patrolmen, and its various segregations, and congressional investigations, and other constipations that our fool flesh is heir to. Yes, the world is the best place of all for a lot of such things as making the fun scene, and making the love scene, and making the sad scene, and singing low songs and having inspirations, and walking around looking at everything and smelling flowers and goosing statues, and even thinking and kissing people and making babies and wearing pants, and waving hats and dancing and going swimming in rivers on picnics in the middle of the summer, and just generally living it up. Yes, but then, right in the middle of it, comes the smiling mortician.
Thank you so much for listening to this wonderful group of fantastic artists, and we hope you like what you heard. This is Inwood Artworks On Air. It's where we meet the musicians who make their home here in Upper Manhattan. And if you have a moment, please show us some love right now and rate and review this podcast 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Many thanks to all the venues here in Inwood who've hosted us, including the Hudson where I'm at right now. And also thanks to HideSites.com for local promotional support. You can support On Air and all of our programming, making a text-free donation to inwoodartworks.nyc/donate or via Venmo at Inwood Artworks. Be sure to follow us on social media to keep up all that we do, which includes the Inwood Film Festival, Filmworks Al Fresco, pop-up art galleries, live performances, and so much more. Inwood Artworks On Air is proud to be supported in part by public funds from the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs in partnership with the City Council, and Inwood Artworks programming is made possible by the New York State Council on the Arts with support of the Office of the Governor and the New York State Legislature. From the top of Manhattan and the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Aaron Sims for Inwood Artworks On Air.